I mean, who would make a base 0-0 on Phoenix Anarchy.com? So the story goes like this. Number 81, who's a moderator but also a mate in game, told me about this player and asked me if we could invite this player to Terratown on account of this player doing a build in a lava cast at Spawn. Now I was thinking this was going to be like, you know, put another one on the Barbie type, tiny little Spawn camp. Turned up here. Check this out. I mean, this guy, he's put all this effort in, and I mean, you're living under a constant threat of getting griefed. And it's not like he's a veteran. He's turned up as a newfag and basically started building like this. Way to go. So I think this footage is from like 1st of October, maybe a few days before that, like tail end of September. He'd already been here for quite a few days, like grinding out, building all this. I mean, he must have been running all the way out from Spawn, collecting wood and coming back. A lot of effort. To be commended. I'm really impressed. It's a nice style of build. Got some cool stuff going on. Did you think he's been surviving here with all the griefers and PvPers messing about Spawn? But then I did notice the goblins have been in here and built themselves a little place. So he might have even been afforded a little bit of protection early on. I'm hoping some of the goblins that... Oh, I really... You know, I turn up at his base, I've killed Jeff. Now I'm blowing it up. I mean, I'm not going to get invited to many more bases if I carry on like this. Really got to sort the kill war out. Nice computer, mate. Looks better than the computer I've got at home. It's just really nice little touches. I really like this base. Just a question how long it's going to survive, really. I mean, it will inevitably get griefed, of course. And then, I guess Ilove's got to move on. So we invited him to Terratown, and he's been having a lot of fun there, playing on Earl's Casino, looking at some of the cool builds that some of the boys and girls have been doing there. But I don't think he's really part of a team just yet. I'll have to change that. It's been a few days later now, after the weekend. I came back. I think it's like 4th of October. Came back in the morning. Virtual Portal just happened to turn up. He's like a mate from fraternity. Put a sign up. Very cool. Little Easter egg sign from me there. There's a little interlude. I've got to tell you a little story today. I was just messing about. I think I was making some kits and rushing off into the end to go and get a few more elytra. And this kid joined, newfag, and started spamming in chat, can somebody hack me into creative? I mean, a little bit of a heads up for anybody. You don't come on like an anarchy server and get hacked into creative. It just doesn't work like that. Yes, you can hack, but you can't hack to go into creative mode. It just wouldn't be anarchy, mate. I think people have a lot of wrong preconceived ideas about what they think anarchy is. It is no rules and it is hacking allowed, but there has to be a limitation so that the server can actually exist. So seeing this guy turn up was just funny. Just so funny. Immediately turned all of the people in the community off Me, one of the most, to be honest with you. I started having a pop back at this guy, telling him he was an idiot. And of course he started getting toxic, talking about my mother, all that sort of stuff. But it's like water off a duck's back when you've been playing Anarchy for a while. You know this guy's probably like 8. I don't think kids that young should be playing, to be honest. I won't let my son play. Not until he's about 12 or 13, I don't think. But I've got an account that is already his. He named it, Aimshot 500. It's his account. He came up with that name. I can't quite remember the story, but he'd been playing some sort of game on my iPad, and the top points you could get for smashing these dinosaurs was 500. And he came up with the name Aimshot because he'd been shooting an infinity bow of mine earlier that day. Aimshot 500 was born. Alright, so bringing you up to date, this is this lad, Derpy. Now he turned up today and I got an SOS from my life saying, can you come to my base? This kid's turned up and he's smashing everything up and blowing it all up and messing things around. He was just generally bullying Olaf. So I set off from where I was, started heading my way down there. It's quite funny, really. EMOYEET beat me there. Killed him a couple of times, maybe 5, I can't remember. Then I killed him once. Then Olaf messaged me saying, can you bring me a load of mats to kind of finish off the base, like some bookshelves, map arts, that sort of thing. So I went away and grabbed that sort of gear, and then came back. Slushii could come and join us because he just happened to log on just as I was heading back there with the materials. So this is like the footage of the sort of party at the end, really. Check that out. That goblin place is absolutely sick. Yeah, so Slushii and Olaf and me just hanging out. Olaf kept telling us to stop killing Derpy, but I mean, we've been around the block a little bit. This guy turns up, he's being the big boy, bullying Olaf when Olaf hasn't got any gear, destroying the base a bit as well. Like, I think he got rid of the map that was on the table here, showing the base. Yeah, that's not really on, is it? I mean, it is. It's all fair game. But equally, he can't be crying when we're repeatedly killing him. It's quite funny though. He thinks he's a teammate now of Olaf, and he keeps on begging me and Slushii stop killing him. But it's exactly what he'd be doing if he was in our shoes, so I don't really have any sympathy whatsoever. I think it's quite funny, really. Really? I think I slipped into a bit of Brummy there. There's a place called Birmingham in England, and there's a place called Digbeth in Birmingham, and a place called Digbeth bus station. Actually, I got so drunk I ended up not being able to get home, and I ended up sleeping in the back of a bus in Digbeth bus station. So this has been Vault 69, brought to you care of I Love F. I don't know what the F stands for, but we can have a pretty yes, brother. Well, this has been absolutely wonderful. I'm sure you'll another fantastic addition to the Phoenix Anarchy plethora of builds that are going on at the moment. This one, of course, won't last terribly long, but what an incredibly nice build. It really is. I think this player's got a lot to give, and is probably going to make a lot of friends very, very well. Certainly has befriended me and a lot of people at Terra.
And with this style of build and his obvious willingness to grind, I just think he's just a wonderful addition to the community. So welcome to I Love F. I think he's been now a player for must be at least 17, 18 days. I suppose he really is still a new fag. Mind you, I think we all are really, given that the server is not quite 3 months old. I wonder what's coming up actually in the next few days, as it's now the 5th of October, and in 5 days it will be the 3-month anniversary. And what a 3 months it's been. It's been packed full of lots of fun, spawn shenanigans, terror towns, lots of bases that obviously one can't share, and no doubt lots of bases that I have never been to. Over time, maybe some will be found and some will be grieved. Oh, there he is again. There he is, little Derpy. Thought he was in charge of I Love. And in the end, it turns out he really just isn't at all. And so, having chased Derpy off one last time, it just remains now for us to, I think, take a selfie. Messaging the boys at the moment, and I realised shortly after I've made this that I should have engaged party chat. It would have been a lot easier instead of having to message them both privately in game chat. But I am old and forgetful. But as we take the selfie, it remains just for me to say once again, good morning, good evening, good night. Whoever you are, wherever you are, fare thee well.